critique the mass critic, and we're here at Dark Corner Diaries. You know where we scour the globe for the known and unknown, the things that we might not see when we live in our normal lives. You know what I'm talking about? I hope you're weirdiac just like me. I like weird shit, looking at weird shit. But anyway, we're in a new spot. I haven't got the things just quite ready yet, so you see a little different scenery and everything, but I'm just moving things around. So, you get the inside look of what we're doing here. I haven't been here in a couple of days, man. It's been, I haven't been working, doing overtime and other things. I have other things going on. But I'm thinking about you. I've been searching, scouring the globe, or the internet, that is. And I found something for us to watch. I appreciate you coming because you could have spent your time with anybody in any place, but decided to come here and spend your time with me. And for that, I'm truly appreciative. Come on in, look around, comment, like, subscribe. I'm not going to ask you because I know you don't get them things out free like that, but if you really fuck with me, do that thing for me. There's no comments up. Share this thing. Let's get this thing rolling. I like spending time with you. Don't you like spending time with me? Know what I'm talking about? Anyway, let's get into the video. See what's cracking lacking.
Crafts crashing in the desert, orbs hovering silently in the night sky, and bizarre disks moving over cities.
Oh, just vanished.
Watch this video and decide for yourself.
Oh, is that a plane? I can't tell. Oh, it just vanished.
At 4:30 in the afternoon on a sunny day, a man driving through the mountain roads of Colorado spotted something moving not far above the ground that made him hit the brakes immediately. A dark, elongated, cigar-shaped craft traveling low above that mountain terrain in broad, sunny daylight, close enough to the ground to feel uncomfortably real and uncomfortably close. No other cars around, no people nearby, just him alone on that mountain road, watching something dark and massive moving at low altitude through the sunny Colorado afternoon. That isolation made the whole moment heavier. Nobody else to confirm what he was seeing. Nobody to share that fear with in that moment.
Okay. Now, sometimes I'm thinking that those cigar-shaped crabs, I think that those are like, we made those. I think we took the technology that we found from the aliens back in the day when they crashed and everything, and I think those cigar-shaped ones and the what do you call it, the Tic Tac ones, I think those are the ones that we reverse engineered and just come up with ourselves. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's go ahead.
Dark cigar-shaped craft flying low above mountain land on a clear afternoon with one frightened witness on an empty road. Was this a classified low-altitude test flight over restricted mountain terrain, or something that chose that empty road deliberately? Comment below.
Oh, it just vanished.
3 above San Francisco. At 5 in the afternoon on a sunny San Francisco day, a family driving through the city had their entire trip interrupted when one member looked up and spotted something in that clear sky that made everyone in that car go silent. Not one craft, but 3. 2 dark dome-shaped disks moving through that afternoon air, and off to the side a much larger dark cigar-shaped object just parked in the sky, stationary and massive, like it was waiting. And then on zoom, the whole picture came together. The 2 smaller disc-shaped crafts began moving toward that large cigar-shaped mothership, parked at the side, and went straight into it one by one. Docking, returning, being absorbed back in. Whatever was happening, it was deliberate and coordinated above San Francisco in broad sunny daylight. A mothership parked in the sky while its smaller crafts returned home above a major American city. Were they done with whatever they came to do? Comment below. Costa Rica stopped them.
Okay. Now I'm on status. No, you know what I'm talking about. I got this type 2 diabetes and this this my vision ain't as good. You know, Sometimes I be wanting, I wear glasses now, not like I should be wearing them daily, but like reading glasses. So some of this shit, I be wanting to put my glasses on, but now I'm not. I can see. I mean, yeah, a little bit. But anyway, now the last cigar shape when they said, this shit that look kind of triangulish, or maybe my vision off over it, but you know what I'm saying? Like the side and it stick, like more boxier on the sides. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, this thing right here, yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
A couple driving through Costa Rica on an ordinary day hit the brakes when something moving through the sky above the
Now, when I say most definitely, I mean most definitely, fucking UFO.
road ahead of them did not look right. A dark, classic disc-shaped craft moving through broad daylight at a steady normal speed, solid and clearly defined against that Costa Rican sky. They stopped the car and recorded everything. Throughout the footage, audible gusts of wind can be heard hitting the camera and everything around it, but the craft above them remained completely unaffected. Not a single degree of drift, not a wobble, not a shift in direction caused by those wind gusts. Whatever this disk was built from or powered by had a complete indifference to the wind battering everything else in that airspace. A balloon in those gusts would have been thrown sideways immediately. This moved on its own terms at its own speed, entirely unbothered by the Costa Rican wind around it. Was this craft demonstrating exactly what it was capable of in front of two witnesses on an open road? Comment below. Desert watched it crash.
All right, I'm gonna pause that for a second because I'm just thinking about something. Listen, it'd be nice for them to go ahead and go with that full disclosure and everything. So, we can go ahead and parlay with the aliens, politic with the aliens is what I mean. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, I'm scared of heights. But, like, riding on a fucking jet would probably be scary as shit to me. You know what I'm talking about? I'd probably pass out and everything. But a spaceship, well, I know I'm up in that motherfucker and I can't see outside, or I know I got that little force field shit, right? Shit, yeah. Y'all take me up. You know what I'm talking about? If y'all hit me out there, y'all talking about, I'm talking about y'all now. Yeah, take me up. I be saying that shit, but then at the same time, I'm trying to see something. I'm trigger happy. You know what I'm saying? There's bad. Trigger like a toothpick. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, fuck around. We done start a war with babies. You know they got the most technological advanced shit. I'd probably be fucking vaporized. So scratch that. If you come, goddamn send me a fucking message. But anyway, let's go. I'm twisted. I hope y'all, my eyes go. I hope y'all as low as mine. You know what I'm
Back in late 2020, in a remote desert somewhere, a group of people captured something coming down from the sky and hitting the ground with a fiery impact that left no room for quiet dismissal. A craft descending and then crashing into that desert floor with a big explosive impact, fire and all, recorded by witnesses who happened to be in the right place at the right moment. And then the debate exploded just as fast as that crash did. One side argued immediately that alien craft would never produce a fiery petroleum-style crash, because whatever powers technology from elsewhere would not run on anything resembling fuel we know. The other side looked at the shape before impact and stood firm. That was a UAP coming down in a remote desert in 2020, and the fire was simply what happens when any craft loses control at that speed. Both arguments carry weight, and neither has been officially settled. What do you think came down in that desert? Comment below. Miami sky stood still.
What is that, yo? That thing is not moving.
On June 2nd, 2026, at 6:30 in the evening, a man in Miami looked up at a cloudy sky and found a dark saucer-shaped craft hovering above the city that was not moving a single inch. just locked in position above Miami in that cloudy evening air while everything around it shifted and moved normally. The stillness of it is what triggered the panic. Something that size holding a perfect fixed position above a major city at evening with no sound and no movement is not something the mind processes calmly. He shared the footage immediately, and the response from Miami residents was telling. Many had seen things like this before near Miami, multiple times, enough that the area has built a reputation in recent years as a genuine hotspot for unexplained encounters. A dark saucer frozen above Miami at 6:30 in the evening on a cloudy June day with an entire city beneath it going about their evening completely unaware. What do you think was hovering above Miami that night? Comment below.
The thing is not moving.
Nevada watched it fall.
Okay, before we get into this, listen. That thing getting out more and more, you know what I'm talking about? That it is being out in the daylight and everything more and more. Do you think the disclosure thing is making them more brave, or we just paying attention more since the government started letting it out? I've been paying attention. I got two sighting stories that I have to tell you about. But one day I'm gonna tell you about. Anyway, yeah, and it's crazy it's just being out there. But one question, man, have y'all seen the Disclosure movie? It's kind of disappointing to me. Have you seen it? Leave me, leave the answer in the comment. Let me know. And put Disclosure up in that bit. Let me know you done seen it. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the one that just came out, the Steven Spielberg shit. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what's going on.
Somewhere over Nevada last year, a man watched something fiery descending toward the earth with a trail of fire behind it that made him grab his camera immediately, coming down fast and leaving that burning trail across the Nevada sky like something had gone seriously wrong at altitude. But when he zoomed in, the shape was not what you expect from debris or a falling object. It looked like a craft. Structured, deliberate in its form, even while descending with fire behind it. And then the questions started piling up. No aircraft crash was reported that day anywhere near Nevada. No rocket experiment was scheduled or confirmed for that date either. The sky produced a fiery descending craft-shaped object, and officially nothing happened. People watching the footage split immediately into two camps. A UAP that lost control and came down over Nevada, or an unknown craft that someone on the ground decided to shoot out of the sky. Either answer raises more questions than it solves. What do you think came down over Nevada that day? Comment below. Concert had an audience. While a crowd gathered for a concert somewhere at evening under a gray overcast sky, one man looked up and found something hovering above the venue that had nothing to do with the show below. A dark classic disc-shaped craft with a slight dome sitting perfectly still in that gray evening air above the concert location. But what made him certain this was not just passing through was the feeling he could not shake. It was watching. The crowd, the music, the people below, all of it under the attention of whatever was operating that craft above them. And at the center of that dark disk, two lights were firing on and off in no fixed pattern, blinking deliberately, like instruments running, while the craft observed the gathering below. An entire concert crowd completely unaware of what was hovering above them, studying every move. Was this surveillance or simply curiosity about how humans celebrate? Comment below. It was looking below. Around 6 in the evening, over a small residential area near the mountains on a remote location, a dark-shaped craft was moving back and forth above the rooftops in a way that felt anything but random. Not passing through, not heading anywhere specific, moving here and there above those homes like it, was working through the neighborhood systematically, covering one section then another, hovering briefly above certain spots before shifting again. Like it was looking for something specific down there, or scanning every house beneath it, one by one. People inside those homes had no idea what was sitting and moving above their rooftops at 6 in the evening. And then, just like that, the patience ran out. Whatever it came to do it, either finished or decided to leave, because it suddenly shot away at a speed that left nothing behind. No trail, no sound, just gone from sight in an instant. A dark craft scanning a neighborhood at evening and then vanishing in a blink. What do you think it was looking for down there? Comment below. Ohio.
That joint was zooming around like a motherfucker. I mean, the show, the change of direction, speed, velocity, it could disappear like a motherfucker. Shit. Shit get crazy.
Night released one. On a quiet night in Ohio, a man out for a walk looked up and found a dome-top disc-shaped craft moving slowly through that dark sky above him, glowing with a fiery light that made it unmistakable against the night around it. Rotating as it moved in that unnatural way that keeps showing up in footage nobody can explain. But then it did something that took this sighting to a completely different level. It released an orb. A separate glowing, shimmering object broke away from that fiery craft and moved off into the distance on its own, shimmering through the Ohio night sky like it had its own destination to reach. And after releasing it, the main craft continued rotating and moving in those same unnatural patterns like nothing had changed. A craft that deploys objects from itself while rotating above an Ohio neighborhood at night rules out every drone and every conventional aircraft. Explanation entirely. Was this a military experiment gone visible or something conducting its own operations above Ohio? Comment below. Tampa Bay backyard witness. In March 2026, at 11 at night, a man stepped into his backyard in Tampa Bay, Florida, and found something moving through that dark sky above him that had no business being in residential airspace at that hour. A disc-shaped craft moving silently through the night with lights shimmering across its body as it traveled above the Tampa Bay area. Not steady fixed lights like any aircraft navigation system uses, shimmering, shifting light that moved across the craft in a way that felt alive. Silent above the rooftops of Tampa Bay at 11 p.m., while everyone inside their homes slept completely unaware of what was passing above them. The Gulf Coast of Florida has seen its share of unexplained things over the years, but a shimmering disc-shaped craft moving silently above a residential backyard at that hour is something that sits with you long after the footage ends. What was silently passing above Tampa Bay that night? Comment below. Querétaro woman caught it.
Hey, these look like some reputable videos here. I don't know about you, but all of them look good and legitimate to me. And it don't look like no, what tomfoolery, in any of the videos. I 100% believe them all.
Y ahorita te lo mando. Es que está aquí, pero está quieto. Yo estoy acercando la cámara.
In Querétaro, Mexico, a woman who had seen this craft before finally had her camera ready when it showed up again. This time she was not going to let it pass unrecorded. A dark saucer-shaped craft moving slowly through the sky above Querétaro, visible to the naked eye and unmistakable in its shape to anyone watching from below. She tracked it carefully as it moved at that slow, deliberate pace, and then it did something that confirmed this was no random passing object. It stopped, completely still for a stretch of time above that Mexican city before starting to move again, like it had finished checking one area and was shifting. A woman who recognized it from a previous sighting, patient enough to be ready the second time, captured exactly what she had seen before on camera. Something that stops mid-flight above a populated area is not drifting. It is working. What do you think it was looking for above Querétaro? Comment below. Montana hills were burning.
Disco voador no Silva de Baixo ali, uma hora dessa, 5 horas, olha o tamanho do bichão ali, ó. O disco voador em Taquaritinga do Norte ali, ó. Poxa, sumiu-se.
At 5:05 in the afternoon, a couple of tourists near the green hillsides of Montana spotted something moving close to the mountain that immediately had them reaching for their
You say 5'5". But go ahead, let's get it.
cameras. A fiery orb, bright and intensely glowing with a white-orange core, moving through the air near that Montana hillside in a way that defied any natural explanation. Not falling like a meteor, not rising like a flare, moving in unnatural directions that changed without any predictable pattern. Close enough to the mountain vegetation to feel dangerously near the ground yet completely in control of wherever it was going. Fire and light combined into a single object, making its own rules above a Montana hillside at late afternoon, while two tourists watched and recorded every second of it. Was this a natural plasma phenomenon that science has yet to fully document, or something using that fiery appearance as cover for what it was actually doing near those hills? Comment below. Los
Yeah,
Angeles saw.
I know this off topic, but just think about it. Listen, I haven't gotten off of work for too long ago. But anyway, I got this taste for. I told you earlier, I got type 2 diabetes, but I got a taste for like ice pops. Like the ice creams, like the red, white, blue ice creams we drink. We eat. I forgot the firecracker ice cream. Yeah, and those are monster pops. I eat a lot of them. I shouldn't be eating those things, but I just be having, this craving for them. So I just eat them. I guess because I'm poofing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, um, anyway, me eating them so much, man, you get neuropathy. That's sort of like a diabetic pain nerves in your hand when you get type 2 diabetes. Right now, my hand is on fire. I'm trying to tell you, it's love it all. But I know that was off topic. But anyway, go ahead. Back
A
up.
giant. Over the night sky of Los Angeles, a saucer-shaped craft was spotted hovering in the distance above the city, and what separated this sighting from everything before it was the size. Larger than any previously reported craft seen over a populated area, glowing and shimmering with lights across its body as it sat above Los Angeles in the dark, silent and imposing above one of the most populated cities in America, while millions of people below went about their night completely unaware of what was hovering above their skyline. The shimmering lights across that massive disk gave it a presence in the night sky that witnesses found impossible to look away from. And this was not isolated. Reports of increasingly massive crafts appearing worldwide have been building, and Los Angeles just added its name to that growing list. Something enormous, glowing, and completely silent hovered above LA that night, leaving experts with nothing to offer but silence. What do you think these growing crafts are preparing for? Pyramid stopped a shopper.
Now,
Yeah,
by the
right
way,
there. That's a big motherfucking ship right there. Know what I'm talking about? Can you imagine the level, the amount of fucking aliens that could be? If you're thinking about like a cruise ship, right? Or the Luxor Hotel, where that thing is in Nevada. But if you think about the amount of rooms that it could fit in there and the amount of shit, you know what I'm talking about? Can you imagine probably the living quarters all the way down there at the bottom part of the pyramid, and at the top that's where like the bridge and shit like that. We on Star Trek. But anyway, just think about it.
thing looks like a stingray type thing.
At
That's a
4:30 in the afternoon, a man heading out to grab some groceries looked up at the sky and found something hovering above that made him forget completely about where he was going. A dark craft sitting still in that afternoon air, and when he zoomed in, the shape that came into focus was something that has fascinated and
And we ain't talking about a triangle now. We talking about a pyramid. A pyramid square at the base, and it got the sides that come up, so it's not like just a triangle. We talking about a fucking pyramid shape. That is a lot of fucking area, or what do you call it? Yeah, area and volume. If we think about it.
puzzled humanity for thousands of years. A pyramid, dark, solid, and perfectly pyramid-shaped, hovering completely still above him in broad daylight. Not rotating, not drifting, just locked in that one spot in the sky like it had chosen exactly where it wanted to be. The same shape ancient civilizations built toward the sky, now appearing in our modern airspace, hovering silently above a man on his way to the grocery store. Coincidence, or is there a connection between those ancient structures and what is visiting our skies today? Was this craft drawn to something below it, or simply making itself known? You be the judge.
Looks like a stingray type thing.
Phoenix cyclist stopped. On January 5th, a man out cycling through Phoenix, Arizona, looked up at that vast, clear blue sky and spotted something moving above him that made him drop everything and grab his camera. An anonymous craft cutting through that broad Arizona daylight with a shape that did not match anything recognizable in any aircraft catalog. Irregular, unidentifiable, and moving through that open blue sky in a way that drew every eye that caught it. And then it started blinking. Not the standard navigation blink pattern of any commercial or military aircraft, but blinking in broad Arizona daylight, flashing its presence above Phoenix like it had no concern whatsoever about being seen. A cyclist on a regular January morning ended up standing on the side of the road filming something above him that nobody has been able to name or explain. An unrecognizable shape blinking above Phoenix in clear daylight on January 5th with zero official acknowledgement afterward. What do you think was blinking above Arizona that morning? Ohio officers recorded it. Leaked footage out of Ohio showed up.
I ain't on nothing, Robert. They're killing me. I did it to myself. That pain just alarming the key out of my hand. Just no, but electric shocks me.
Up online, and what it contained had people stopping mid-scroll immediately. A silver saucer-shaped craft moving through a clear blue Ohio sky, clean and metallic against that open daylight, recorded by what many believe were officers on the ground. Not a civilian with a shaky phone, but people who knew how to hold a camera steady on, something they were trained to observe. And then an airplane passed behind it. That single moment of a commercial aircraft crossing behind that silver saucer gave the footage something most UFO clips never have. A size reference and a depth comparison that put both objects in the same sky at the same time, making any dismissal nearly impossible. Silver, solid, and moving through clear Ohio daylight with a commercial plane passing behind it like the most ordinary thing in the world. Leaked, unofficial, and still completely unexplained. What do you think officers were looking at above Ohio that day? Comment below. San Antonio had 3.
I haven't seen the video yet that I doubt. All of them look legitimate to me. I don't know about you.
Autos, Daddy. Daddy, what autos? Ouch. No! Climbing up now!
Oh, look, there's more right here.
Aren't those the same ones?
Over San Antonio, Texas, in grid daylight, 3 dark disc-shaped crafts moved through the open sky in a formation that caught the attention of multiple people on the ground simultaneously. Not 1, not 2, but 3 of them traveling together at the same speed, maintaining their pattern across that Texas daytime sky, like they were operating as a single unit with a shared destination. Multiple people recorded the same formation from different angles across San Antonio, which makes any single camera error completely irrelevant. 3 discs in formation above a major American city in clear daylight, witnessed and recorded by numerous people. And yet, when the footage started gaining attention online, the response from any official government source was the same as always. Complete silence. No confirmation, no denial, no investigation announced publicly. 3 craft flying in coordinated formation above San Antonio in broad daylight, and not a single authority had a word to say about it. Was this a military exercise nobody was told about, or something operating freely above our cities without permission? Comment below.
It was only a trip.
Tioga shape would not stay.
That shit is crazy. It's a cloud with lights in it. Moving.
In Tioga, New York, a man looked up into the daylight sky and found something moving above him that refused to hold a single recognizable form. A cloudy craft shifting and changing its shape as it moved freely through that New York sky, morphing from one form to another in a way that no solid object built by human hands can do. Not a cloud being pushed by wind, not anything that follows the rules of how matter behaves in open air. It was changing deliberately, fluidly, like shape itself was just another variable it could adjust whenever it chose. Moving freely through Tioga daylight without any fixed silhouette, without any consistent outline that a camera could lock onto and define. Something that changes its own shape while moving through a New York sky in broad daylight is operating on a completely different set of physical rules than anything we currently understand. Was this a plasma-based craft or something that exists in a state of matter we have no category for yet?
Hey, that might be got that new that camel a new skin like them when them kids be putting on the roadblocks. So what did he call that shit? But anyway, yeah, all those videos look legitimate to me. I don't know about you. Uh, let me know in the comments. Also, I wouldn't mind hearing if you have a UFO story. So what I'm gonna do, not this time, but next time, I'm gonna put a number in the comment section. That way you can hit me up and let me know the stories. At least put it on the voicemail, and I'll post your stories on the videos. It'll be my intro, like maybe my intro or my outro. But I'll post your UFO stories on my videos. I'd like to hear from you, cause I got two. I'm gonna end up telling me y'all about mine, but I definitely love to hear yours. Anyway, you could have spent your time with anywhere, with anybody, but you decided to spend your time with me, and for that, I'm truly appreciative. Thank you. I appreciate it if you comment, like, subscribe, but only if you fuck with me, because I know you don't give them things out for free like that. I hope your eyes been as low as mine, and I don't know about you, but me, I'm gonna keep it grooving till the world stop moving, and I'm gonna holler back at you next time. I'm out.